Hello and welcome everyone to today's session. And we are going to be seeing on how to look at the markets in a brand new way. Yes, good morning, everyone. Good morning. As people are joining in to today's stream, can you tell me if you're able to hear me clearly and is the audio and the video all right? Yes, I believe that audio and video is fine. And that's what. So let's begin today's session and let's try and understand as to what is going to happen to the market. So as I wait for people to join in and I try to understand whether the markets are going to go up or they're going to go down, let's go and take a look at the chart itself to find out what is really seen on the charts and how are we going to do it. Okay, great, Jay Kumar. Thank you. And good morning. All right, so let me share with you my screen. All right, so here goes. This is the screen which we have of Nifty. Right, we had spoken about a gap resolution, and yes, it has moved on to the next level. And we can see here that current market scenario is indicating quite a lot of bullishness as we are heading into the day today, but then we got to be a little careful. And the main thing what we got to watch out for is the bank nifty, right? Bank nifty has taken center stage. We had spoken about certain important levels in our live stream, and we had definitely mentioned that yes, if bank nifty started participating, nifty would see some upside, and that's what has happened, right? So now Nifty continues to maintain its bullishness, but what is more interesting and what is more rewarding for us as a market participant is the movement seen in Bank Nifty. Okay, so this is a chart of Nifty. We've spoken about this pitchfork as a tool here. So let's also go and take a look at Bank Nifty. And you can see here, Bank Nifty is clearly taking center stage, right? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Thakur. Good morning, Gopal. Good morning, Anand. Good morning, Ganesh. So, welcome all of you to this session. And let's try and find out now what is Bank Nifty going to do. We had spoken about some tentativeness, but then it quickly subsided to state some upside. It looks like potential move towards 40,000 is on the cards. And this thing we did it with the Neo Trader page, right? Let's go to that particular page in NeoTrader on the options 360, where we did some option chain analytics. So let me just bring on that screen to you and let us just see as to what is the overall situation now. Okay, so this is the screen here. Okay, this is the screen which talks about the some resistance emerging. So currently, Bank Nifty is trading right near the resistance. Right, we had spoken about 38,500. Then we had spoken about 40,000. But then looks like there is some bit of resistance seen here. So this is based on the option data. You know, I have been discussing with all of you that option data is very important, and option data gives us more clarity, right? So Nifty's resistance remains the same. Okay, Nifty's resistance remains the same at 18,000, but the new resistance in Bank Nifty has come down. That is what you have to take care. While the Nifty resistance is at 17,700, Bank Nifty is at 39,000. So as we are heading into the new week on a weekly expiry basis, so today plus is the last day of the week. So what are the things which we need to take care of today? A, today is the last day of the week. All right. So you got to be a little careful. B, we are going into a long weekend, right? So we are going into a long weekend. So because we are going into a long weekend, probability of people carrying their position, okay, probability of the people carrying their position reduces. Why? Because of the global cues which are coming in. Because of the global cues which are coming in, it is impacting the way you are looking at the market. So that is the reason why you will not see too much of enthusiasm as people are trying to get inside the market. So now how are we going to deal with this? We are also going to have a mixed approach. We are going to see now what is the markets trading at and how are the markets looking. We got still 10 more minutes to go. Okay, we still have 10 more minutes to go. So now let's try and understand what is SGX Nifty doing. So you can see here that Bank Nifty continues to remain on the positive side, while you can take a look at Nifty. Nifty is not as positive as Bank Nifty. That has been the trend, right? That has been the trend. Nifty is hesitating, but it's going up. Bank Nifty, on the other hand, is much more confident. Now, with that scenario, we have to be very careful as we are heading into the last day of the week. Okay, so now let's slip into the intraday chart. But before that, let's try and look at SGX. Okay, let's try to look at SGX and see what the SGX is saying. So you can see here SGX also, okay, SGX also is showing some flattish move. Okay, SGX is also showing a flattish move. So even if you put an intraday chart in SGX, you can see here that the trend is flat at the moment. So now with the trend being flat, there is nothing much to look out for as we open the day. Okay, as we open the day, there is not much anticipation here. So we got to wait and watch. And like I've always been mentioning in all the live streams, we have to wait at least for the first 15 minutes to see what is happening. But if you have done some analysis and if you want to go aggressive and initiate a trade, at least wait for the first 5 minutes. So trading after the first 5 minutes is waiting for the first 5 minutes is mandatory. Trading after the first 5 minutes is for the aggressive people. And the rest can take a look at what is happening to the markets overall. And after the first 15 minutes, you can take a trade. So that is what I advocate to all those who are watching this stream right now. Before the market opens, let's try and get a grip on what are the other data points which are in flow. Okay. So what are you guys feeling about the market? आप लोगों को क्या लग रहा है कि क्या होगा आज मार्केट में? Yeah. What do you guys feel should happen in the market? What are you guys expecting to happen in the market? Teji hoga, mandi hoga. Yeah. I've been always saying that all of you guys should participate. All of you guys should say what is going on in your mind, what is going on as far as you are thinking about the market. So all that makes it very interesting for us as we enter the day. Okay. That is also something which I like to look out for. And now when I take a look at the markets, and even when I take a look at the kind of option data which is getting built. So the maximum pain point, which is the area of concentration, is 17,400 in the 17,600 in the Nifty and 38,800 in the Bank Nifty. So 17,600, 38,800 are two levels which we'll be watching out for. So 17,600 matlab it's practically there. So you can see here there are two zones which I had marked. So right now Nifty is trading in this zone. Okay. So I would expect that a break of either of these, a break to the upside would indicate some bit of bullishness, a break to the downside would indicate some amount of bearishness. Now the question is, if I'm expecting a bearishness or if I'm expecting some decline, possibility of going towards 17,600 or 550 as an intraday play. Okay, as an intraday play is what I am targeting. So again, this is a support zone. So I would expect a rebound from support. Overall market remains bullish, but then it is a better ploy to buy on dips. In the same way, अगर आप बैंक निफ्टी के इंट्राडे चार्ट्स देखेंगे तो बैंक निफ्टी के इंट्राडे चार्ट्स मजबूत हैं और जिस तरह से बैंक निफ्टी चल रहा है फिलहाल हमें लग रहा है कि बैंक निफ्टी विल वंस अगेन प्ले अ मेजर रोल in the trend movement of today. And now you can see here that Bank Nifty has got this gap support, right? Gaps are always acting as support and resistance. So अभी आज के दिन में अगर market में हल्का सा decline होगा, so this gap could again come into play. So essentially we are looking at around 38,400 zones as a dip buy opportunity. So yes, the maximum pain is at 38,800, but then we would look for some more dips into this region as a buyer. I would not be chasing the indices or any trends today. Rather, I will wait for a pullback. Any stock that is coming from a pullback would be a good approach rather than chasing a breakout buy. Okay. Considering today is a slow day, we got to mix and match because markets are going to be very soft as we open. That is what it is looking like. So let's see what do we have in store, because as we are entering the day today, there are close to 700 stocks which are coming out with the results. Yeah, there are close to 700 stocks that are coming out with the results. Okay. Now, some of you have said market can be flat or sideways, sideways to bearish. Profit booking may happen. Yes, that's what it's looking like as we are beginning the day. Okay, that's what it's looking like as we are beginning the day. But nevertheless, suddenly एकदम close minded मत हो जाइए, माइंड को ओपन रखिए, बट ये सारे चीजें के बारे में आपको जानना जरूरी है, क्योंकि आई एम सीइंग राइट नाउ, ओके, आई एम सीइंग राइट नाउ, सो लेट मी आल्सो टेक अ लुक एट डैशबोर्ड एंड सी इफ getting some kind of clues here. Okay, so now, okay, so right now there is not much of signals yet. So let's see what is pre-open in Nifty. Okay, let's see what is the pre-open in Nifty. Nothing much to report here. Okay, so right now we are expecting a moderate start. So उसको जाने दीजिए, अभी हम देखते हैं कि रिजल्ट सीजन में क्या है. Okay, when you talk about the result season, so there are a lot of companies which are coming out. Like I said, there are close to 700 companies that are coming out with their results today. So it's going to be an interesting discussion on what is going to happen. We'll also take a look at some stocks from the B group as well, so that we get to know as to how to look at some momentum play. So one of the stocks which are expected with their results is a good stock which is called as Astral. Okay, Astral is also there in the future. So ये Astral का चार्ट है, right? ये Astral का चार्ट है. अगर आप इसका डेली चार्ट देखिए, let's go to the daily. Okay, this is a daily chart of Astral. It's making a nice rounding pattern यहाँ पे. अच्छा, एक राउंडिंग बॉटम बनाया है यहाँ पे, और ये गैप जोन भी अगर भर रहा है. तो अगर एस्ट्रल में अगर आपको इस जोन से आगे अगर एक मूवमेंट दिखाई दे, again you can see here that this gap zone here, the gaps seem small, but then they are playing a very important role here. So now if it were to overcome this zone, okay, if it were to overcome this zone, it would be a very good move to the upside. So this is a stock which I'm tracking. It has got its results today. So if it were to move above this zone, okay, we could definitely engage in some trade on the upside, right? So Astral is one of the stocks which are looking good from, there are a lot of stocks today, and we got to take the stock as it comes. But then ये एक स्टॉक मुझे हाईलाइट करना था आपको, क्योंकि इसका पैटर्न जो देखा था मैंने काफी अच्छा था, एंड आई थॉट दैट इट कुड बी अ गुड ट्रेडिंग एंड multi-day kind of bet. So from yesterday's results, we had we are not yet got the earnings here, but then Bharat Forge seems to have come out with some decent numbers. So let's go and take a look at the chart of Bharat Forge. Let's see what Bharat Forge is telling us, because Bharat Forge was on the play. Okay, Bharat Forge was on the play, and Bharat Forge has definitely shown some promise. So you can see here on the charts, that the momentum is showing some upside. So I believe that Bharat Forge setup looks to be interesting. You can see here that this setup is looking good. And from what I can read here, that the company has posted decent number. And we can see here that it is, if you compare it with the previous year, it is not as good. But then overall, considering the developments in the company, the charts are indicating that we could see a move to the upside. So you can see here there are multiple resistances in Bharat Forge. around the 755 zone. So if it were to move above 755, it should see a leg up. So now as we are moving into the day, Nifty has crossed 655. Okay. So let's again go down to Nifty and see what has happened. You can see here that Nifty has dipped lower. So this is the daily. So it has not gone up. Instead, it has chosen to go lower. So let's again go back to our dashboard and we will get to know some idea about what is happening to the market. Okay, let us see what's happening there. Meanwhile, let us also take a look at what are the stocks that are moving and what are the stocks that we should look at. Okay, so let's again go back. Let's let's check out the banking stocks because banks are something which we are tracking. So which are the gainers in the bank and which are the losers? Okay, ICICI Bank. The banks are continuing to remain soft. All right. The banks are continuing to remain soft. So how should we handle it? We should go at it step by step. And what is the step which we are taking? We are going to be taking a step of caution. Right, we are going to be taking a step of caution, and as we are entering the market, okay, as we are entering the market, we are seeing that the market has begun on a muted note. Okay, market has begun on a muted note. So now if you take a look here, you can see here that Nifty is negative, a shade negative. Bank Nifty is mildly positive. So essentially there is absolutely no trend. How many of you are getting it? So you saw that we had seen the market condition. We saw exactly what could happen. We saw exactly what are the possibilities, and we concluded that the potential sideways movement is very much on the cards. Why? Because of the reasons which were discussed. And as a result, we saw that the movement has been flattish. Now, what are we seeing here? So we are seeing that the market from the open, okay, market from the open, not from the close, but from the open. So from the open, what are we seeing? From the open, we are seeing that the market is flat. You see here, market is absolutely flat. So market breadth बहुत important है, and all of us needs to see the market breadth. Okay, market breadth is very critical. So unless and until you track the market breadth, it's going to be very challenging. Why? Because you will not know exactly what the market is doing. So you can see here right now, absolutely no one is taking the center stage. There are some pressures to the downside, right? There are some pressures to the downside, but apart from that, there is nothing much to talk about. So we are just 3 minutes into the session, and we can see here that market continues to halt. Halt where? Halt at the higher level. So you can see here markets, nothing much to write home about. And we are right now seeing that the levels are challenging. So what we'll do here, we will go into stock analyzer and let's try and do some analysis of Nifty. Okay. So this is what Nifty is looking like. All right. So Nifty is done a pullback. You can see here Nifty has done a pullback to the TS line. Okay. Nifty has done a pullback to the TS line, which is quite good. So TS and KS of the Nifty for the intraday is around 80 points apart. So immediate supports are 17,660 and 580. So this is what we will be tracking as we are going through the day. Now, sorry, on the upside, what are the potential? Let's go and take a look at that through a confluence. Okay, let's do a confluence here and find out. So when you're going to take a look at the confluence, let's go to the levels here and see. So those who are familiar with the confluence, you can get started. You can put it on the chat. What are the confluence levels you are seeing right now? Immediately as Nifty is participating during the day, the immediate levels to watch out for. Okay, the immediate levels to watch out for. All right. So you are having a confluence zone around 17,700 here. Okay, 17,700, which is your R1, and you are having a 17,680 out here, which is a multi-day R3. So essentially, now you can see here that the Nifty has given a pullback. Nifty has given a pullback. Okay, and Nifty has given a pullback into these zones. It's gone below these zones. So essentially, what is happening is that Nifty is now 17,670, rather 17,670 and 17,680. You can see here that this is a good confluence zone. So right now, Nifty is trading a shade below this confluence zone. So the first step which Nifty has to do is it's given a good pullback in Nifty. Now, once you move above 17,690, 80, you can take a trade. Okay, Bharat Forge was discussed and a potential was seen, and Jay Kumar snatched the potential. Great job done, Jay Kumar. Awesome. Very good. So that's the kind of alertness which you need to bring to the table, and very good movement which has been tracked by Jay Kumar. So let's go and check out Jay Kumar's good work. All right. So if anyone else has also participated in, okay, you can see here there is a open is equal to low. We did some bit of analysis here, and yes, the stock is rewarding the movement. You can see here the stock is rewarding the movement, right? Open is equal to low. Nice 5-minute candle. Like I said, after the first 5 minutes, those who are clear about what is happening, those who are clear about what they can do or they can handle the aggressive moves should be the one, or you can wait for the first 15 minutes. So we'll keep the rolling ticker open, but before that, let's try and look that. Okay, Vinayagam once again points out that IGL, he had mentioned that in the last session also. So IGL did do well. Okay. Yes, yes, you can see here that this is the first 5-minute move in IGL. So yes, you had a first 5-minute move here. So let's put on some Fibonacci levels. You can see here that the prices have opened above CPR and they are traveling towards R3 right now. So not much of room left. So I would be a buyer in IGL, but either I'll wait for an R3 or I will wait for a pullback revival to participate. At the moment, I would not be looking at IGL. Let me just open up our rolling ticker. Okay. And we have spoken about 7650 support. You can see here, this is a support which you saw on the OI data. We went to stock analyzer. You saw here that the pivot levels are also saying the same thing. So 650, 17,650 to 17,680. Nifty has traveled towards 17,650 now. It has reached the first level of support. So all of those who are wanting to initiate a trade should be on the alert right now. They should be on the alert because this is what is the system looking like. Okay. We are seeing that the market continues to be tentative. And yes, IGL has shown an up move, but we are not seeing much movement right now. So let's put on some candidates here. Let's put on our momentum. Let's put on Cameria. Let's put on the morning guys. And let's see क्या हो रहा है. बाकी लोग किस में trade ले रहे हो? I've taken any trade. It's 9:25. There are a lot of aggressive people in this group. So what trades have you taken? Are you tracking any trade? Yeah, come on, guys. Make the chat interactive. I'm seeing here Jay Kumar, Vinayagam. They have mentioned something. Yes, Thakur. Have you taken any trade in Nifty? Yeah, have you taken any trade in Nifty? So yes, Maruti was mentioned by Jay Kumar. You can see here that there is a open is equal to high, which has been flashed here. So let's see Maruti. You can see here, this is Maruti. Maruti was weak. Okay, Maruti was weak, and now Maruti is showing a continuation to the weakness. Okay, Maruti was weak and is showing a continuation to the weakness. So it gives us a good potential for shorts. Okay, so let's go and take a look at Maruti. Yes, Maruti is a good trade. Maruti is a good trade. So you can see here that we took a look at the markets. The market is tentative, but then there will always be certain sectors which are weak. You can see here continuously weakness is seen in IT. We had spoken about these two stocks in the last feed as well. You can see here that the weakness continues. Okay, in IT, and Tata Chemical post its result is showing continued movement. It moved well that day also. Today again it is showing some movement. So yes, Vinayagam has entered into Tata Chemical. Great. So again, weakness in Maruti, and let's take a look at Tata Chem. Tata Chemical continues. Yes, so it's a very good move in Tata Chemical. First target is 1105. Clearly bullish. We had already seen it that day. And if you take a look at Tata Chemical in the rolling ticker, you are having one of the most prominent indicator, which is ADX, is saying it is bullish. So there is a lot of strength on the bullish side. So definitely one should participate in Tata Chemical. I'll be a buyer in Tata Chemical because it is definitely showing some good moves to the upside. Okay, FNO में limited movement हो रहा है. So let's try and take a look from the dashboard on the mid cap small cap. शायद वहां पर थोड़ा देखिए mid cap small cap में participation हो रहा है. Home First saw a good move yesterday. It's continuing its movement today also. So Home First का setup काफी अच्छा है अगर आप देखेंगे. It saw a good move yesterday, and today again the momentum is continuing. It saw a good move yesterday, saw some profit booking. Again, the move has started. So, इसका daily charts भी काफी अच्छा है. If you see its daily chart, so let me put on the daily chart here. You can see here on the daily chart also, the charts of Home First are indicating a nice move. You can see here there is a nice move to the upside, clearly indicating that the trend is positive. So you could be a buyer in this on a daily basis. You could be take a multi-day trade also, because the setup is definitely looking encouraging, right? We're seeing it on the daily chart. So ये हम कैसे देख रहे हैं? We are seeing a follow through to the previous day. We are seeing a follow through to the previous day, right? Now, the other stock which is doing quite well is KPIT, right? So let me just take a look here, and all right. So KPIT का जो movement आ रहा है अभी, Home First is moving. We have discussed Home First का आपका target है, if it goes above R1, 970 is the potential today, and if it is giving a follow through to yesterday's movement. So that is something which one can track. You can see here KPIT strong move to the upside. You can see here now it is thrusting well above R3. So you are having a strong bullish candidate. You are having a nice movement here. So it makes a good, अगर आपको cash में intraday करना है तो KPIT is definitely looking very, very interesting. So let's also go and take a look at, let's put the mid cap, small cap, and let's see क्या आ रहा है इसमें KPIT में. KPIT में देखिए, you are having the open low here. That was the move which happened on 11th, which was yesterday. Now you can see here that there is a follow through. So you are seeing a nice follow through to yesterday's move. So जहां पर भी follow through आ रहा है, essentially जहां पर भी follow through आ रहा है, वहां पर आप participate कर सकते हैं, right? जहां पर भी follow through आ रहा है, वहां पर आप participate करेंगे तो आपको सबसे ज्यादा फायदा होगा. Okay, so Vinayagam says metal. Mandal says Tata Steel looking good. Okay, so Tata Steel. Okay, this is Tata Steel LLP. Let's 5,500 itself. Tata Steel, okay. We are having a CPR trade and ADX is also bullish. Yes, good one. So the metals which are on track, okay, KPIT, I would be a buyer in KPIT. Nice follow through. So yes, the stop loss may be slightly deeper. So maybe you can trade less quantity, but then KPIT का setup काफी अच्छा है. अगर आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे consolidation के बाद it is moving quite well. So let's take a look at Tata Steel. Good spotting by Dev Chandra rather. Sorry. So yes, good spotting Dev Chandra. You can see here that Tata Steel is now moving above yesterday's high, which is a very positive sign. So it's almost there. It's about to cross R1. तो काफी अच्छा setup है. Now it's probably giving a indication of 1.5 as the first level trade. First level trade 1.5 rupees का आ रहा है. अभी हम जाकर quickly let's take a look at the sectors, right? So when you take a look at the sectors, you see here that the bearishness is reducing, right? Bearishness is reducing. Well, both the indices have turned negative, right? We spoke about a pullback appearing here. So the support, the first level of support or confluence which we had mentioned around 670, 680, the moment it broke that, okay, it went towards the next support, which was 650, which was very close. So both those supports have been broken. So the indices remain under pressure. That's what you got to see. Indices remain under pressure. While today it seems to be the day of metal, reality, and the public sector enterprise. So let's go and take a look at what stocks from them are moving. Okay, let's go and take a look at what stocks from them are moving, and if there are some metal names, okay. I'm getting a hint from Vinayagam that Hindalco is moving. Okay, thank you, Vinayagam. Tata Steel is moving. Hindalco. Okay, Hindalco ADX is bullish. Even the RSI movement is there. So why don't we take a look at Jindal Steel? Okay, Jindal Steel is a very actively traded item, Jindal Steel. So definitely Jindal Steel is showing more promise. It's given a CPR level 1 move as well. So let's go and take a look at Tata Steel is moving. So metal seems to be the play today, guys. Metal seems to be the play. Okay, so heavy weight on metals. Heavy metal भी कह सकते हैं. Wow, look at this. This is the move which can move swiftly, right? Strong move, holding to R3, trying to give a thrust above R3. So if it were to cross this high, I would be a buyer in Jindal Steel. I'll definitely take a buy in Jindal Steel because Jindal Steel is a very fast moving counter, and that's why I quickly put on Jindal Steel on the chart. Yeah. So come on, guys. Okay, Tata Chem book one lot. Awesome, Vinayagam. Awesome. Awesome. Come on, guys. It's 9:30 on the timer, and I want you guys to go and hit the like button. Yeah. If you like what we have discussed so far, we discussed about Nifty opening flat, and it opened flat and it went downwards. Then we did some sector analysis. I want you to go and show me your love and support. Go ahead, hit the like button. Okay, Tata Chem, Bharat Forge, 115K. Jaykumar, I think you're already set for the Independence Day. Jindal Steel crossing 405. Come on, guys. I want you guys to give me your love and support because that's what keeps us coming back and sharing with you all kinds of possibilities, all kinds of done. Okay. Now, Vinayagam and Jaykumar, they have made their weekend money. They can party on the weekend. You have made your money here. But what about the others? बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? बाकी लोग क्या देख रहे हैं? What are you guys trading? What are you guys seeing? What are you guys observing? Come on, guys. I want you guys to comment on the chat. Come on. थोड़ा comment हो जाए. Tata Chemical was spoken about. KPIT continues to hold on. Very good. Enjoy your holiday. You have already made good. You have covered your holiday expenditure also. Tata Chemical is moving. LXC, yes. Tata LXC, Yogesh. I believe your name is Yogesh. I'm just guessing from your handle. Okay, Tata Elxsi it is. Okay, it made a thrust up. So Jindal Steel is moving. Metals are moving. So let's take a look at Tata Elxsi. Wow, superb. Fantastic move in Tata Elxsi, spotted by Yogesh. Very good. Awesome, awesome. Maruti now is at 7K. Arey wah. Jay Kumar, I am typing Jay Kumar here talking to you. Let's take a look at Maruti. Okay, Maruti has hit S2. Yes, Maruti was a clear sell. Potential continues to hold out at 8571. Very good. बढ़िया है. Market is under pressure, so try to be very stock specific. Lot of results are going to come out, so those will dictate the movement. That's why I thought, why not slip into the FNO से हटके थोड़ा मिड कैप पे चले जाए. यस यस, मेरे से जितना बनेगा आशीर्वाद मैं आप सबको दूंगा. डोंट वरी. आप लोग मुझे आशीर्वाद दे दो और थोड़ा लाइक्स बढ़ा दो. या go ahead, share this, invite all the people who are trading in your community or in your groups to participate in this kind of discussion, because we are discussing various kinds of scenario, we are discussing various kinds of market condition, because we know that everyone likes to trade but they don't know what to do. Okay, let's take a look at what is the kind of mid cap, small cap stocks which we can take a look at. Okay. Wow, Deepak booked 20,000 in Tata Chemical. Awesome. Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, yes, Jay Kumar. I'm aware that you will definitely do it. I am exhorting others as well, because everyone needs to know how to do a kind of analysis which we do here. That's the whole idea. Yeah. I'm hearing you out, Jay Kumar. Let's take a look at what are the other stocks which are getting. We are getting some Bollinger Band moves here. We are getting some setups here. So let's take a look at the latest refresh which is coming in. Okay, there is a potential reversal in Linde India. Okay, let's take a look here. Nifty rebounding from supports. Okay, Nifty में क्या support आया है? So we had spoken about the gap zone here. Gap zone was much lower. Okay, which was around 575. Then it's come up till 620. Okay, now let's go into the sector view. Nifty is trying to revive from lower levels, and if you take a look at the kind of movements which we are seeing, so you can see here right now that the industrial manufacturing, okay, industrial manufacturing is completely in green, and energy sector is in completely in green. So now if you were to participate on the long side, and yes, we've spoken about metals. Yeah, we've spoken about metals. Okay, great to know, Hariharan. You made some money. Fantastic, fantastic. Metals is completely in green, right? So अभी हम लोग sectors को देख रहे हैं और decide कर रहे हैं कि करना क्या है. We said that market is bullish, and we will use pullback in the market to initiate some buy. So yes, some stocks did do well right from the morning. Some stocks are indicating some movement. So we can see here, yes, as we speak, Jindal Steel is at the top of the metal pack. Tata Steel is following up. So these are some names which we discussed, and these are the names which we'll be tracking through the day. So metals are completely in the green. Now, what else do we see? We see here that FMCG is in the red. Yeah, FMCG is in the red. So now FMCG is in the red. So अभी हमको देखना है कि FMCG में can we do some shorting? Can we get some candidate? That is something which we will see. But before that, when I slip to the dashboard, okay, When I slip to the dashboard, I see that there is this is the mid and small, and when I move it to the FNO segment, I am seeing that not much of negativity here. Okay. Okay, Tata Communication is moving up. I'm getting a feed here. And yes, we are seeing about Naveen is asking about ABFRL. Okay, let's put out ABFRL. So Naveen, you have to tell me what are you going to do in ABFRL? This is the chart of ABFRL. Okay, book JSW Steel. Awesome. Correct. So you can see here now, this is ABFRL, and ABFRL price have opened above above the CPR, and it is just crossing these levels. So essentially, it is trying to hold out to these levels. Now, if it were to move up, you could see some momentum to the upside. Now, how to quickly confirm? I do it this way. I go here and I check it out. So now when I go and put my stock of my choice here, I get to know this. So this is how I go about. I go into rolling ticker and I type here ABFRL. And you can see here that lot of movement we are seeing today in the second tier companies, because that's where the action is. The leaders are not showing much of movement. Markets remain subdued, but stock specific action continues to emerge. तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं कि मैंने क्या किया, मैंने एक बार ABFRL डाला यहाँ पे, and I found that ABFRL is had shown some movement on 11th. Now again on 12th, it continues to indicate possibilities of upside. Now possibility of upside is there. Now if I want to confirm that upside, I will wait for some threshold level to cross, and that is why I select such kind of stocks कि जहां पर काफी सारे पैरामीटर्स टिक हो गए, और उस पैरामीटर्स को टिक होने के बाद it comes into my watch list. So now, as you mentioned this stock, I thought that I will run it through my process, and that's what I have done now. You can see here कि यहाँ पर it is trying to sustain. So you can see here कि ये 11th को जो हाई बनाया, उसी हाई पर अब भी कंटिन्यू कर रहा है. तो अभी पहला चीज क्या करना है ABFRL को, ABFRL has to give a closing above this, right? I hope you are hearing Naveen, कि इसके ऊपर एक 5 minute कैंडल क्लोज अगर दे देगा, so it clears out all the people who were trying to sell here. So essentially what is happening here in terms of price action, that someone is feeling that यहाँ बहुत हो गया, यहाँ पर अभी सेल कर दो. तो सेल हो रहा है, लेकिन it is not able to find some seller. It has been trying for the last X number of candles. You can say here 7 to 8 candles it is trying. Now, if that is nullified, how will it be nullified? When someone will come and buy it above this. When someone will come and buy it above this, automatically then you know that there is more clearance to the upside. So more and more people will participate, and this is what will take the price higher. That's how you got to see. And as you can see here that we had spoken about a pullback in the indices. We said that we'll remain buyers in the indices. It did give a pullback, and now we are seeing that post the pullback, market continues to head higher, right? So you can see here Nifty. Ab Nifty ko hi le lijiye. Just take a look at Nifty. It almost came till S3, right? And now it is reviving. Okay, so if you had plans of going hammer and tongs on the short side, वो आइडिया को विड्रॉ कर दो. फिलहाल निफ्टी एक पुलबैक के बाद इट इज शोइंग अ मूवमेंट टू द अपसाइड. रिक्वेस्ट क्लियर? समझ में आ रहा है आपको कि हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे? I hope Naveen you also got some clarity on this. So yes, what stocks are you seeing right now? Yeah. Some people are booking profit at a phenomenal pace. But what about the others? Yeah, what about the others? What are you guys seeing? What are you guys observing? What can we do now in the market? Which stock can we trade? So again, okay, I think my auto refresh was off. Okay, so now you can see here Tata Elxsi, we already discussed, right? The moves are going very swiftly. You can see here now in mid and small cap space. Okay, Jindal Steel is showing some movement. Let's go and take a look again at Jindal Steel. We've spoken about Jindal Steel. Let's see where is it trading now. Okay, Jindal Steel, awesome. Jindal Steel is moving in line with our discussion. So yes, I'm a buyer in Jindal Steel, and with a stop loss at 402, potential to go towards 410 as the first target is very much on the cards. So essentially what we did is we did a top-down analysis, right? We did a top-down analysis. We saw which sector is doing well. We saw how the market is placed. We decided that markets में pullback आ सकता है और उसी की वजह से we waited for a pullback in the indices, but certain stocks were already moving and the certain stocks in certain sectors were already moving. So we did a sector view, and through the sector view, what we found is that the energy sector and the industrial manufacturing sector. So these were two sectors plus the metals. So metals, industrial manufacturing, and energy. So these are the sectors which you should concentrate on if you want to initiate some long. And people who have been booking profits are the ones who are participating in these stocks now. Okay, so Vinayagam is tracking the sectors based on our discussion, and it's good to see that he's pointing out the movers. Okay, so now he mentions about Reliance. Okay, we're done with this. We know what is happening. So let us check the charts of Reliance, and let's also, okay, Reliance is definitely on the cards. It's moving well. So let's see if based on my filtration, can we get anything in Reliance? Okay, let me put on the FNO basket, and yes. So yes, Reliance was a move yesterday. Can you see the concept of follow through? What was doing well yesterday on the buy side or on the sell side? If it is giving a follow through today, then those are the best candidates. So what I do is I go and check out whether this particular stock was doing well yesterday on the upside if I want to buy, on the downside if I want to sell. And that makes my job easier, right? That makes my job easier. Okay, so I got some alert here. Hold on. Okay, Tata Communication. Yes, Tata Communication was mentioned. I think it was mentioned by Jaykumar. Yeah, Tata Communication is going up. All right. So markets have recovered. Bullishness once again comes in. And as we discussed, the pullback emerged. And like I said today, why don't we look at the mid and small cap? Mid and small cap are the ones which are doing the rounds, and the action was there. So you can see here the kind of structure which I bring about, because there is a kind of structure which I have learned and I like to share it with all of you through this live stream. And you can see here that it is possible to do such kind of structured work when reading the markets becomes easier. That's what I do. I make my market reading easier. I keep on checking out in NeoTrader from where is the signal coming, from where is the setup coming, from what kind of moves are emerging. And market reading makes rather market reading is simplified to such an extent that I just have to be aware of where is the noise. Okay, I just have to be aware where is the noise, and to see through the noise, you have got various kind of setups which are here. So yes, we can see here now financial services are looking good. So why don't we go and take a look at query window? बहुत दिन हो गया query window open करके. तो क्वेरी विंडो एक बढ़िया पेज है, आपको बताएगा कि कहां पर एक्शन हो रहा है, कौन से सेक्टर में एक्शन हो रहा है अभी एट दिस मोमेंट. सो यू कैन सी हियर दैट सपोज अगर मैं डाल दूं कि लास्ट 5 मिनट्स में कौन से सेक्टर में एक्शन हो रहा है ऑन द पॉजिटिव साइड और द सो वी आर गोइंग टू इनिशिएट सम लॉन्ग्स. सो यू कैन सी हियर नाउ दैट एनर्जी सेक्टर, ओके, एनर्जी सेक्टर में है. एनर्जी सेक्टर, see auto is having short covering, so because it is negative based on close and open, but last 5 minutes में एक बाइंग हो रहा है, उसका मतलब है शॉर्ट कवरिंग हो रहा है यहाँ पे। बट एनर्जी सेक्टर हम सवेरे से पॉजिटिव थे। सो लेट्स गो एंड टेक अ लुक एट गुजरात गैस एंड ओएनजीसी। लेट्स गो एंड टेक अ लुक एट गुजरात गैस एंड ओएनजीसी। सो let me put on Reliance. We had already seen. Let's take a look at Gujarat Gas. Okay, Gujarat Gas here. Gujarat Gas, nothing much to mention, nothing interesting. Gujarat Gas and ONGC. ठीक है, ONGC है अभी, और ONGC को देखकर क्लियर है कि वी आर क्लियर विद ONGC कि द मूवमेंट इज वेरी वेरी गुड. ओके, it's very good. So now what are you doing? Okay, what are you doing? That you can see here that the movement which is there in ONGC. We spoke about the energy sector, and based on the energy sector, we saw that those are the two stocks which are moving query window. So yes, I will be a buyer in ONGC. Immediate target is 137 half. तो काफी अच्छा मूवमेंट आ रहा है यहाँ पे. आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे कि हमने कैसे देखा. सो क्वेरी विंडो हेल्प्स अस टू फाइंड दैट आउट, राइट. एंड again coming back to some stocks which have moved today, some people who have booked profit, right. So if you recall, I had shown you on our website of Dr. C.K. Narayan about this particular section, market insights. We had spoken about Tata Chemical, right. We had said that Tata Chemical is an interesting play. So there are a lot of mentions here, but let me go down to that particular mention here. So Tata Chemical was something which we had mentioned. We said that you should be tracking them. And that day it opened well. And even on that day, Vinayagam booked profits in Tata Chemical. And today again he has booked, and a couple of you all as well have booked in Tata Chemicals. So you can see here that results combined with a good set of studies, combined with proper guidance and alerts, that's what helps you. Okay, that's what helps you to profit from the market. So you can see here, we had mentioned it quite in advance that if good results were there, the setup was already there. The setup already needed some tailwind, right? The setup only needed some tailwind, and that tailwind was provided by the results. And you can see here that Tata Chemical continued to flourish even today on a dull day when market clarity was not there. You were able to see that kind of move. Okay. So now again, coming back to our charts, and ONGC continues to move ahead. So let's again go head back to our rolling ticker and see what we have on the cards. Okay, let's see what we have on the cards, and how we can ensure that we are able to participate. So the whole objective of having such kind of process and such kind of structure is the reason why all our new trader subscribers are able to see the market well. They're able to be consistent with the market, and they are able to participate and make consistent return. You got to be consistent in viewing the market. You got to be consistent with the process. And to do both of them is what New Trader helps you with. New Trader helps you to look at the markets in a better and better manner. So whatever stocks we have been discussing since morning, they have gone on to do well. Some of you have already booked profits. Some of you are probably holding it as well. So that is the advantage of doing a structured approach, right? Now, let's also get into some kind of let's go and check out some sectors. So markets are reviving यहाँ पे है. So why don't we take a look? See, FMCG sector. Okay, FMCG sector has done quite well. But अब अगर आप इसको higher time frame में देखेंगे, okay, this is the FMCG sector. This is the Nifty FMCG sector. So अगर आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, so this sector moved quite well, correct? The sector moved quite well, and right now what you are seeing is that this particular sector is undergoing some exhaustion. So you can see here that there is it is undergoing some exhaustion. It had run up quite a bit. अगर आप देखेंगे कि within from mid June to August, so mid August you can take for the sake of discussion. So it has almost completed 2 months of an up move. So essentially, it has gone up by around 25%, right? It has gone up by 25% in 2 months. So definitely you can expect that there is a possibility of some reaction. So that is why, FMCG may, if you are getting again bullish, you got to take a check by going to the respective indices. Jesse, let me again go back to the sector. You can see here now. Okay, if you go to this sector here, you can see that FMCG is not been doing well. Some of you mentioned that you are taking a look at Titan. Yes, it falls under the FMCG segment. You can see here now the FMCG is witnessing some pressure. So अगर आपको hedge करना हो आपका position को, okay, अगर आपको hedge करना हो आपका position को, so the best way would be to look at sectors which have run up. Okay, look at sectors which have run up, and in that find out some stocks which are nearing exhaustion or they have exhausted and they are on the way down. That would be a good way to track. जैसे FMCG है, auto है, जिस पे run up काफी हो चुका था. So those are the sectors which have started correcting, and you can see here earlier we discussed about Maruti. Now you can see here Indian Hotel, Dixon. So Indian Hotel, Jubilant Food. So let's go and take a look at some fast movers. So Indian Hotel hai, Jubilant Food hai. So Jubilant Food will be a more preferred bet. It moves fast. Even after its split, you can see here that there is a movement here. कुछ खास नहीं है. फिलहाल it is just flattish. So let's skip this and let us check out which kind of HUL Tata Consumer. HUL Tata Consumer, we can track and see whether are we getting any short candidates here. You can see here now, this is the chart of HUL. It is under pressure. So immediately HUL में लग रहा है कि मुझे कुछ वीकनेस नजर आ रहा है. तो अभी मैं क्या करूंगा, रोलिंग टिकर पर जाऊंगा और यहाँ पर मैं लिखूंगा HUL. तो when I type in HUL, I can see here that there is a breakdown. It had shown some negativity yesterday. Now there is a follow through to the negativity. So follow through I'm seeing in terms of the Bollinger Band. So there is a volatility expansion to the downside. So I would look at HUL from a bearish mindset. Now that is what is indicating here. So you can see, as I saw on the card, you can see here there is a bearishness here. So I would be a seller in HUL. Stop loss I will keep above the pivot, and I would look to target as a first target of around 2565 as a potential decline. So can you see here how the movement has happened, right? Okay, so Vinayagam says that Tata Chemicals, Anand has booked in Tata Chemical, Deepak has booked profit in Reliance. Fantastic, fantastic. Awesome. That's the way you got to look at it, and that's the way you got to participate in the market. Not get too aggressive. Not if you want to get aggressive, you should have some bit of clues at your end. And when you have some bit of clues at your end, you will be able to back that up with a detailed participation. नहीं तो आप participate करेंगे और निकल जाएंगे. Why? Because your analysis was flaky or your analysis was half-baked. So that should never happen. And that is the reason why I'm discussing with you how I go about. And okay, Vinayagam says Tata Chem flies big. So let me put on Tata Chem chart again. Okay, Tata Chem. Okay, Tata Chem is really flying. You can see here, it's on a roll. Tata Chem is definitely on a roll. You can see here that it is showing some excellent moves. So that's what it's looking like. All those who have already exited, no problem. Your profit is in your bag. But then for those who did not even participate, better luck next time. That is the only way you can let this go instead of regretting and not participating in any stock. Right? So now when you're going to look at the overall setup, okay, when you're going to look at the overall setup, you have to see now what are the possibilities. Okay, what are the possibilities? Now we are expecting some market revival, and when you talk about market revival, we have to see that which stock can take it up. So one of the primary stocks which is on everyone's radar is Reliance, correct? And today energy sector is doing well, and Reliance is at the forefront, right? Reliance has, you can see here, it has shown a good revival in it started on a muted note, but then it has revived. So that is one of the reasons why market has revived from lower levels, right? That is one of the reasons why market has revived from lower levels. So now when the market is reviving and majority of the stocks are showing bullishness, we will continue to retain a bullish bias. Okay, we'll continue to retain bullish bias. Yes, LXC is also flying. So good one on that, Yogesh. Okay, so Hariharan managed to snatch out another 2K from Tata Chemical. Very good. So Reliance continues to offer reward rather all the people who are participating. You can see here Tata Chemical will have some bit of red candles even if it's trading after some time. But then we are taking a look at, okay, Reliance opens up a new window. It has finished one leg of our trade, like we always discuss. Now it is moving to the next leg of the trade. So I would be a buyer here in Reliance for the second leg with a stop loss at 2610. Yes, stop loss is initially deep, but then the way Reliance is moving and the way market is also coming to the green clearly indicates that there is a constant, you know, support being lent by Reliance to the market. And well, Bank Nifty is taking a breather today and maybe given the mantle to the Nifty. That's what it is looking like. But I feel that Bank Nifty, while Bank Nifty is taking a rest, the mid cap, small cap are witnessing some action. And now, because of some movement seen in Reliance, it is helping the markets revive. All right. So we spoke about the oil and gas space. We spoke about the energy sector. We spoke about the metal sector, and certain result driven moves are seen in Tata Chemical, Bharat Forge. Yes, and participants who were there today with me have also booked some profits in that as well. Awesome, awesome. That's the way to go about. You can see here markets में अभी भी यही तीन stocks थे which were in less than 2%. They still continue to be having only those names which we saw a few days ago. So now you got to find out that markets are retaining a positive bias. So what we can do is, yes, we have already tracked all the elements. Now let's see now if Bank Nifty decides to join the party. Okay. So if Bank Nifty decides to join the party, what can happen and rather what should happen? So now if you take a look here, so we are seeing that the private banks are under pressure and PSU banks are taking some lead. Federal Bank is in a steady uptrend, IndusInd Bank as well. But the other majority of the private banks are under pressure. SBI is taking a lead here. Okay, SBI is taking a lead here. Now let's take a look at SBI and let's see whether SBI may thoda dum hai to help Bank Nifty recover its move. Okay, so you can see here that the overall setup in SBI is positive. SBI is looking to head higher. So I would wait. SBI continues to be showing some movement. So we can see here that if there is going to be a move above this zone, it's going to trigger some move in Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, on the other hand, is basically stuck in this range. Okay, Bank Nifty is stuck in this range. लेकिन Bank Nifty कोशिश तो जरूर कर रहा है, right? Bank Nifty, we had spoken about how much potential is there in Bank Nifty to move up, and Bank Nifty, if it starts participating, can move higher. It is the private banks are playing a drag. Okay, they are dragging the Bank Nifty lower. So that is keeping this contained. So what can help Bank Nifty move up is some movement seen in SBI followed by Indices. So that's what is looking like when I take a look at the dashboard. So let me go to the dashboard here. You can see here that PSU banks are right now participating while Indian Bank is slowly trying to go up. So you got Reliance, you got SBI. So it looks like that there is going to be an attempt to the upside as well again today. So we got to wait. Probably we might have to wait longer than usual. But then let's not get carried away. Let's keep participating and keep booking profits, because we are, like I mentioned at the start of today's session, we are entering the long weekend. And so when you're entering the long weekend, especially, you have to be careful with how many open positions you're having, because it makes a very big difference. Again, coming back to Reliance, Reliance is steadily inching higher. Bank Nifty is still negotiating. So immediate levels to watch out for in Bank Nifty is 39,000. All right, on the upside, and 38,750 on the downside. So 150-point range in Bank Nifty for today, considering yesterday's move. Yesterday we had a terrific move in Bank Nifty. So probably it is taking some rest right now and waiting for some positive cues to emerge from its respective components. And from the respective components, SBI is trying to revive the sentiment in Bank Nifty, and let's see whether the move in SBI can really trigger. While we've spoken about Nifty, we know that there are a lot of clues emerging in Nifty, so we can see the Nifty doing better than Bank Nifty as at this point in time. But if SBI were to come to the party, and if SBI starts to move well, then you can above the levels which I have mentioned, then you can definitely see a strong move in Bank Nifty as well, right? So till that really happens, till either levels on the upside or on the downside gets taken off, Bank Nifty could have a dull day. And instead, if some moves are seen, so maybe today Nifty seems to be on a better plane right now. Let's wait and watch as we are winding through the day to find out which stock is going to come up. And sectors continues to remain the same. There is no particular sectors. We spoke about which are emerging right now. Energy continues to be 100% positive. Metals continues to be 100% positive. So these are the two sectors which you should continue to look at, and PSU banks as well. So you can see here, PSU bank is the new entrant. So SBI, Can Bank, PNB, all of them are showing some movement. So PSU bank today is faring much better, and we can see some moves emerging through the day. So as we are ending this live session right now, we are noting that the market, after some hesitant start, a pullback like we had anticipated, is now showing some recovery. Now, this recovery to continue, there are certain factors which we have discussed. And if these factors were to continue, like Reliance, SBI, and other bigwigs to participate, we will see the Nifty taking a lead. And Bank Nifty would depend on SBI, because today the PSU bank seems to be helping the Bank Nifty. But out of the PSU banks, SBI is the one. So let's see what really happens as we end this week. Till then, till we meet again in the next session. Thank you for joining into this live stream. And before we end the session today, I would like you to leave your love and support, your comment, share this video with as many people as possible, because this kind of detailed and structured analysis is not done anywhere on the internet. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Have a safe trading and enjoy your weekend. And before I end the session today, there is a initiative by the government of Har Ghar Tiranga. I am doing it in my house, I am doing it in my office, and I want you all to be a proud Indian and hoist the Indian tricolor flag in your house. Happy Independence Day to all of you, and have a great one. We have enjoy your independence outside the trading hours as well, and also in your trading by following the right kind of process. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Okay, Naveen says ABFRL. Awesome. Very good, Naveen. Keep it up.